Okay, now, so I've brought up spreadsheet, and we said that step one was to brainstorm a minimum of 30 keywords or keyword phrases, more or less. Okay, so what I'm going to do, what I generally do is I'll bring up a spreadsheet like this, and I'm going to actually sit down and say, okay, I'm selling tents, or I'm selling outdoor gear. What would, generally speaking, a customer type into the search engine? So obviously I'm going to go broad, start broad. So tents, I've got caps on there, so we're going to type in tents, camping tents, okay, backpacking tents, outdoor tents. I know that seems kind of duh, all tents are outdoors, but anyway, just go with it at this point. Come up with as many as you possibly can. 30 minimum though. So outdoor tents, and then we want to start getting a little bit more specific. Again, maybe we have we're not just doing tents, but we're doing outdoor gear. So I'm going to go outdoor gear, camping gear, camping supplies, okay, camping equipment, and I'm just going to keep going until I come up with 30. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to do this. I'm going to pause the video just so I don't bore you as I'm doing this, come up with 30, and then we'll get started again. Okay, so I've gone through and I've researched right around 30 keywords there, ranging from tents, which is very broad, camping tents, outdoor gear and tents and whatnot. Oops, I've got outdoor gear spelled wrong, so we're going to change it to an R. We've got types of tents, 2-person to 10-person tents. We've got brands here like we talked about, Coleman, Ozark, Kelty, Eureka, Marmot. Oops, we want to probably put tents there too. Okay, and so on and so forth. Now, that was step one. Okay, so we brainstormed out at least 30 keywords. And again, I just took literally like 30 seconds, a minute long to do that. We really want to spend some time, brainstorm out as much as we can. After we've done that, we're going to take each of these keywords, and I'm just going to copy. So I'm going to highlight, okay, oops, highlight all of those. I'm going to right click. I'm going to copy those, okay. I'm then going to open up a browser. So I'm going to go to Google really quick. We're going to type into Google keyword tool, which is this was step 2. We're going to go to the Google keyword tool there, okay, and we are going to paste all those keywords that and they're in there. You'll see, there they are right there, okay. We're going to paste them in there, okay, and on the left hand side there's a couple things we need to do before we hit search to find out demand. We really want to go through, and I like to use the phrase match for this section, so I'm going to get rid of broad, check phrase, and then I'm going to hit search, and you'll notice it's loading, and what it's going to do is it's going to search for keywords. So we had 29 terms in there. There they are, okay, and it's going to tell us the search demand, okay, by phrase. We could even do exact if we wanted to. Exact, all that means is exact means the actual word tents was typed in 110,000 times per month, excuse me. The phrase tents as a phrase match, meaning the word, actually camping tents would be a better example of this. The phrase camping tents showed up in a search query 60,500 times. So it could have been cheap camping tents, affordable camping tents, and that's the variation that you're seeing right there. And that's the difference between exact match and phrase match there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to look at the search volume. So the easiest way to do this is just highlight that. You check the box, okay? And we'll go ahead and do exact so we can get those. That's going to give us the smallest number possible. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to check this box so then all of the keywords we just researched are checked, okay? And we're then going to come here where it says download. I'm going to click download all. Actually, I'm going to download selected, excuse me. I'll explain why there's more in the all here in just a second. We're going to click selected. I'm going to download it into a CSV for Excel. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're just going to go ahead and open it in Excel. And there's all the competition. It gives us all the keywords, the competition, the global, all this other stuff. I really don't care about that, so I'm going to delete the competition. I want to keep the global or monthly, dependent on global means worldwide, local. Okay, we're going to do local because we want to be as realistic as possible when we're getting into demand. Now I'm going to delete all the rest of the columns. I really don't care about that information right now. I'm then in Excel, or you can manually do this, but in Excel I'm going to come in and I'm going to highlight all of those Those are all the search volume. Again, this is how many times these words are typed into Google specifically every single month. So I'm going to highlight them, and I'm going to come up here and click this little button right here, which is just a sum. I click that, and you'll notice we're seeing right there that is 159,990 times exact. These exact phrases are searched for in Google every single month. I look at that, and me personally, I say, okay, this is absolutely a doable niche so far. With regards to lenses, the only lens we've looked at thus far is demand. We've still got to pass it through competition. We've still got to pass it through profitability. But with regards to demand, I look at this and I say, all right, 159,000 people, almost 160,000 people every single month are typing in some variation of these terms. Now we did exact. That's giving us the tightest, closest, most underestimated, I guess we could say, phrases possible. Let's go back to Google. I want to show you what I meant by it was showing some extras there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and dismiss this. Okay, and it showed me these are the exact words I typed in. What Google does is it also gives us other relevant phrases that aren't in here but that are down here. So if we totaled up this, we now see that literally there's 100 other keywords. We're probably into closer to 1 million searches per month or whatnot. Lightweight tents, pop-up tents, words that we did not have in our original list, if you will. 8-person tent, 6-person tent, there you have it. North Face tent, which is a brand we didn't even come up with, 1,300, so on and so forth. So we look at this, and using demand, we see that this is a good niche. Now, let's go in here and let's type in one that may not be as good, and so I can show you what that would look like. Cure leaky gut syndrome. Don't ask me how I even know about that. But anyway, we're going to type in, obviously this is only one keyword, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But we're looking at this, and there's 58 searches per month. That, as an exact phrase, even as a phrase match, let's see, phrase match 170 times. Now again, that's just one keyword, but this is, we look at that and we go, not so good. But, again, continuing down, now look at all these other related keywords. We look at this and go, okay, maybe this is a good niche because we're now talking into maybe a total of 20,000 searches. If we totaled up all these searches, 110, 200, 2,900, 4,400, 2,400, 1,000, 1,600, so on and so forth. But the idea here is, and this is the key principle I wanted you to take away from this lesson, is that when most people do demand research using the Google Keyword Tool, they do the top 1 to maybe 3 keywords to determine demand. That's not really giving you a good judge on whether there's demand or not, because one keyword doesn't tell us anything. Whereas if we take a minimum of 30, that's going to give it, because we're not just going to use 1 or 2 or 3 phrases to drive traffic to our website. We need to see the overall demand and find all the most relevant keywords and keyword phrases we possibly can in a given niche to determine whether there is demand. And as I said before, it's much easier to sell a product to a group of people that are already buying that product and looking for that product than it is to introduce a new product in the market. So in the example of tents, we look at that, we go, 159,000 more or less, 160,000 people searching for this product or this keyword or keyword phrases. That's a good enough match. It will help me meet my financial goals. Therefore, I deduce that this is a good niche. So that's the concept of researching out demand using keywords. Remember, we're not just using 1 to 2 or 3 keywords, minimum of 30 keywords. You can use the Google Keyword Tool to find out the local monthly searches. You want to check it as exact or phrase match, and that's going to determine what your search demand is. Alright, in the next video we're going to actually go through some of the other lenses, but that's it for now, and we'll see you on the next video.